We've come to the end of another broadcast season, with the One Chicago Finals premiering Wednesday, May 21 on NBC. The night kicks off with Chicago Med at 8 p.m. ET, and is followed by Chicago Fire and Chicago PD. However, Fire is set to undergo some major changes in Season 14. Daniel Keary and Jake Lockett, who played Darren Ritter and Sam Carter, will not be returning as series regulars. The news came as a surprise to fans, given the important role they play within the main cast. In the midst of his own internal conflict, Voight has been at war with Reed in Chicago PD Season 12. The series has raised this subject in recent episodes, but it is up to the viewers to determine whether the characters are actually that different. Vows is the culmination of their plot, and the consequences will undoubtedly last into the following season. As implied by the title, the finale also includes Burgess and Ruzek's long-awaited wedding, but the celebrations could be ruined by current affairs. I spoke with showrunners Andre Newman of Chicago Fire and Gwen Sigan of Chicago PD ahead of the finals to find out what to anticipate from the last season. Carver and Ritter may return to the Chicago Fire. We love these actors so much, and the characters are such an inherent part of the show. I must pose the obvious query. We are aware that Carver and Ritter are leaving. Will the conclusion accommodate their departures? Andre Newman Season 14 has not yet been sat down for. We are unsure of our specific course of action. It goes without saying that they won't be regulars. It's yet unclear if they will appear in stories in the upcoming season. We love these actors so much, and the characters are such an inherent part of the show. There could be explosive endings to these stories, but we could also be winding them in a little bit more. Maybe not as regulars, but seeing them come back and play their stories out. We'll have to see. So they could still return in the future. How far is Severide willing to go to prove that Pascal did not attempt to kill Franklin? Andre Newman, great question. There's some risky behavior happening on Severide's part. He is all in to defend Pascal, but at the same time, he can't help having a nagging feeling that maybe Pascal did have something to do with it. They had that bond that came out of the Bishop incident early in the season, and he's put his trust in this guy, and they've had each other's back. So he's all in, and Van Meter is none too happy about it, but he's going all in for Pascal. If Pascal goes down, Severide goes down. Those are the stakes. Only one person can remain chief of Firehouse 51. Somebody is going to have to go, and that's the mystery that must be solved. If Herman passes the chief's test, that poses an interesting problem. Is there only room for either him or Pascal at Firehouse 51? Andre Newman. Yeah, that's been the dilemma from the beginning. Somebody is going to have to go, and that's the mystery that must be solved. From the beginning of this season, the pressure has been on Herman because Bowden handed him the crown at the end of last season and said, "You're the next leader here. You just have to take these tests to get there." Everybody's been pushing for it, and Mouch needs it to happen for him to get where he wants. And Pascal comes in, and he's testing him and is pushing Herman all the time. And the one person who hasn't stopped and said, "Should I be doing this?" is Herman. So that's really where we're at heading into the finale, is him not knowing what to do and wanting to support his best friend. And at the same time, they've come to be a family with Pascal as well. It's not so easy to just say, "Oh yeah, we'll kick that guy to the curb. Pascal's got his problems going on, but Herman does too." Will we get any developments in Severide and Kidd's baby journey in the finale? Andre Newman. I feel like this whole season has been a journey for both of them in the way that they didn't have clear role models when they got married. They were like, "Our parents were terrible parents, so how are we going to be ever good parents?" Kidd has struggled particularly with that. But having that journey this year where she got to talk to her cousin when he showed up and talk about her aunt's pregnancy and the depression, and realized when she articulated that she could move on from that. And same with the roller coaster episode in the hospital where they almost got to adopt this baby, and they got this glimpse of what motherhood would be like. Even though it was a tragic ending, and they didn't get the baby, I think it really empowered Severide and Kidd as a couple and brought them closer together. They got a little glimpse of what each other would be like as a mother and a father. So in my mind, she came out of that. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe My Fast Gossip 24 to our channel and stay with us.